In a world full of the world, there's grass in the world, but there's also this neon pocket dimension, baby. Yes, that's me, Jacob Jones. What's up? OM Jesus, Dungeon Master, 122 and an 8. 122 and an 8.
122 and an 8?
Yes, you've reached Neon Pocket Dimension, a nerdy show about nerds being nerdy and just hanging out, talking about nerdy shit. My name is Jacob. I'm here with Miguel. To your right, my left.
I'm in a man sandwich.
Hey, how do I get out to this manwich?
How do I get out? Who said I wanted to get out?
Oh yeah, that's right. You need to marinate in there, baby. And to Miguel's left. Ooh, got real
Sorry.
dark cast is in a couple months. All right, just
I can do it now.
Be careful. I can't wait for the next dark cast, guys. We got to really cook up something good. We also have Luke Shot First, aka Mr. Gage. You know, the guy who does.
Standing on it, dude.
You're standing on it, dude. You know that
Great
scene. Indeed. You know that scene is right before they do like the meditation, where they're meditating by dancing, but then they start eating the pizza and then they start slicing it.
Is that the first one?
Yeah, it's the only one that matters, really. Unless
Well,
you're.
I mean, I like Legend of the Ooze. Isn't that the second one? I thought that was good.
Well, first of all, it's Secret of the Ooze, so let's just
Yes,
out of respect,
There you
let's
go.
be correct.
All right.
And then number two.
Okay. Let's correct. No. You call it whatever you want.
And then number two, y'all must be some big Kino heads. You remember Kino?
Yeah, I remember Kino, but
Yeah.
I remember Kino.
He was like, I want to be a turtle too. Yeah.
I'm just Filipino though.
Yeah. Yeah, he actually is like a prized Filipino. Did you know that?
He is.
He's one of the, just like Rufio. Oh, I got that sample too. Hold on. I got to reconfigure the entire freaking soundboard because for some reason it just took a dump and it's just
My
no
brother
longer.
hung out with Rufio one time, apparently.
That's amazing.
And I know that's one of your favorite movies, Jacob, but it doesn't hold up.
It does. I watch it every year during Christmas
So it's
time.
not.
Oh, absolutely.
Sorry,
Absolutely.
what movie? I thought you were talking about Rufio from One Piece or whatever.
Wait. Hold on.
Rufio.
Who's Rufio from One Piece?
Isn't he the main character?
No, you mean Monkey D. Luffy?
Luffy.
Luffy.
That's what I was talking
Yeah.
about.
For a second there, I thought you were talking about like Zoro, who's the
No,
greatest
I've never
swordsman.
seen One Piece. I just heard. I knew Luffy. For some reason, I heard Luffy. I thought it was Rufy.
I'm just gonna do a quick Gundam update and tell
my
you
brother was
guys.
hanging out with an anime character.
I mean, voice
Really?
actor. I don't know.
No,
Who's
no, no,
Rufio
he
and
was
what
on
movie is he
Shrooms.
from?
Wait, who? Who did he
He
hang
was
out
on
with?
Shroom.
Oh, he was on
hanging out with
shrooms.
Luffy.
I mean, I would expect like, oh man, who's a trippy anime character? I mean, more like Chopper. I could see Chopper showing up during a mushroom trip, just like a reindeer that also turns into a man. We talked about this. Remember, he eats the
Yeah, we did.
man fruit. Yeah. Gage, you weren't here
Who's
last week.
Who's the pink robot butler that is voiced by Jude Law in that one anime? I can't remember what his name is. Anyways, it'll come back
I
to me.
don't.
It'll come back to me.
Pink Robot Butler.
Not exactly
You guys
sure.
ever see? You guys ever see that anime? It was like Neo York or something. Like you're in like Tokyo, New York crossover. And it's like
Oh.
all those prep kids. and-
Yep. I think I know.
What's it
This was a
called?
Netflix
Hold on,
anime.
I'm gonna Google.
This was a
Jude
Netflix
Law,
anime. I know what you're talking about.
Pink Butler.
Yeah, there you go.
I forget exactly what the name of the show was, but I tried to watch an episode and I wasn't vibing with it. But this was a long
not-
time ago.
It's got like a real American like star-studded cast. I forget what it's called. It was on Netflix.
Quick Gundam update. I'm on like episode I think 104 now of One Piece, so just 900 to go.
Nice.
Yep. So let's get 100 coins for 100 episodes. Oh no, that's the wrong button. So fine, never mind. How about 1 coin? Nice.
Yeah.
That's a lot of coins.
Great job.
What's fun about that is it covers your face with an emoji for a sec,
Yeah,
so
it
we
does.
know who's responsible for it. I was telling you guys right before we started recording that I got my sound alert set up on twitch.tv/omjesus. Go check me out on there. I'm streaming again. And yeah, I made the great job like only 50 points so people can spam it. And I tried to turn like the cooldown off all the way. But
That's awesome.
in the wording, I make sure it says so and so is responsible for this, so you guys know in chat who did the thing.
That's pretty cool.
You know what I'm saying? And I think I'll rotate them out as I continue to collect these pointless soundboard sounds, which, constantly assaulting the people on the podcast with. Guys, we are here, all three of us. Last week, you weren't here, Gage. He had a prior engagement, which is totally fine. Engagement. Miguel and I had a nice conversation, and we started what we're going to go back to from time to time, our PlayStation 1 tier maker. So we're going to go through all the PlayStation 1 games and rank them on a tier over the course of who knows how many episodes. So whenever we want to jump back in there, we will.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, it's a good old time.
I love a good tier list. I'm always down for some tier list activities.
Oh yeah, I was also telling Mochi Squeeze about this. I'm like, that would be some fun content for an Odd Valley episode if we really couldn't think of anything. I'm like, why don't we just make a tier and get drunk? So
I'm super down. I would guest on an episode like that.
That would be definitely fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it would. I mean, I think we would start with easy tiers at first, but then as we get drunker, we just do more and more wacky tiers so we could yell at each other and. So expect content like that over at Odd Valley Studios on YouTube or twitch.tv/Odd Valley. Yeah, Odd Valley. So there's all our little housekeeping up top, worked into the conversation. That's right, baby. But here we are. We're ready to touch grass. But before we do that, let's talk about what we've been nerding out on. Gage, since you missed last week, we got to hear what you've been nerding out on first, my friend. So why don't you take it away?
Sure. One of the reasons I suggested we do a touch grass episode is because I haven't really been nerding out on anything, or I haven't been playing any games. What have I been nerding out on? I finally watched Ted Lasso.
Oh, nice.
That's cool. That's a good positive. It's super cheesy, but they get you in the feels for sure. I'm on the last episode. We're gonna watch it later tonight.
Damn, already.
Yeah, it's just kind of on what we've been watching at night and stuff. We've been watching it for a little bit, but
cool.
So I really like it. I mean, it's good. It's nothing like a good feel good sports story kind of thing to get the feels going. It's weird. I'm not really into sports that much anymore. I don't really follow a lot of sports, professional sports. Something about me being older than a lot of the athletes made me stop liking watching that.
You don't want to bet on him?
Well, I don't know. It's
You
just
can get mad?
No,
Yeah.
I do. I bet on fantasy football, and that's the last thing that keeps me into fantasy football. But I don't really like the NFL as an organization. I think that's kind of shitty, and I don't know.
I wouldn't say
stuff...
fantasy football isn't really betting though. It's more of entering a tournament. You know what I mean? I feel like if you had a parlay,
we do put money on it though. But yeah.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. Yes, but I think you get even more mad if you put a money line down. You know what I'm saying? It could get even darker.
Yeah, I don't care enough about it to put too much investment in because otherwise I don't follow all the shit. I don't know all the new stuff now. It's if it was if it was video game studios, I'd be all over that. But although we'll see seeing how my team has got 8 points right now in the league versus your guys' 93.
It's kind of
looking good.
It's kind of hilarious that no one picked up Baldur's Gate 3 and it's the best reviewed game of the year so far.
I know.
It would have been so many points, man.
What is it the highest reviewed game on Steam ever or something, or a PC Gamer I think it was.
Yes, yeah. PC Gamer doesn't give out 97s, so
yeah, it was a 97.5 or something.
Yeah.
And it's the highest they've ever.
What a game, though! What a game!
I'm very excited for it to come to Xbox at any particular whenever that is.
Whenever the fuck that is.
Hey, even I have too much to play. If I'm
Yeah.
happy if it's next year's. I have a
I
big
mean,
RPG laid out already in Starfield, so
yes. Right.
that's kind of where I'm at with what I've been nerding out on. Is I'm kind of just waiting for Starfield and Armored Core. Armored Core comes out on my birthday. I think I'm gonna jump in
Oh.
and play the shit out of that right before Starfield comes out, and then when Starfield comes out, transition over.
Is that the
We'll see.
28th or
25th.
25th? Oh, nice.
Yeah, August 25th. So I'm gonna
Oh,
buy
shoot.
myself a little birthday present in Armored Core because I don't buy a lot of games. I usually just see what's on Game Pass or whatever, or if there's like an indie sale or something like that. But yeah, anyway, so I really haven't been nerding out on much. I've been playing lots of Marvel Snap, still like on the road and things like that. I've been playing a little bit of Zelda here and there, but Zelda's progressing so slowly. It's just gonna be a forever game. It's all right. And I've been playing a lot of Halo 4, not Halo 4, Halo Infinite Season 4. I'm now I think I'm a 3-star general.
Damn. You're still in bronze, though.
I am in bronze.
Okay.
I need to move on. Are you in silver?
No. I tried to play the other fucking day, but the internet was like, nah, dog, you're not playing shit. Your milliseconds are over 600. So that was unplayable, like, literally, dude. It was
Brutal.
like,
Yeah.
I'm like this.
New map. Dredge came out. It's really fun.
Yeah, it is cool.
And,
I do like it.
yeah. There's been a little event I've just been getting lots of new cool skins and stuff. All my armors are looking pretty teched out now, and having a blast with it. It's a fun little evergreen game, you know. So
Super Green.
Evergreen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean by evergreen?
Like you pick it up and play it whenever you want. It's not, like, I don't know.
I see.
Like it can be ongoing. Like, I don't know, like I can put that game down for a week or two and come back and still have like the best game I've had in a while. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like
Oh, I totally get that. I mean, you're not worried about where you were in the story necessarily.
Yeah.
Well, it's all
Yeah,
multiplayer.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
There ain't
That's what I mean.
no.
It's just nice. It's nice on those nights where you don't have any like brain effort and you just want to turn off.
A lot of games aren't like that, and you come back after a month and you're like, "Where the fuck was I? Now I have to start over."
How do I do this? I'm like, yeah. Zelda's not totally that way, but there's sometimes where I'm like, what are the controls again? Like, there's where I'll accidentally shoot an arrow instead of bringing up my like little power or whatever a bunch of times, like that kind of thing.
Did you know that if you tap the ZL button while you're using Ultra Hand, it'll flatten whatever you have? It'll just flatten it for you completely. Isn't that crazy?
Whoa.
Yeah.
No.
Thanks, like
Crazy.
IGN or GameSpot's like 9 more things that you don't know about the game. Shit. It's like, this game has some secret like buttons in there. It's kind of ridiculous. I've been playing it too.
I watched a video the other day of like there's sometimes on my YouTube like just videos of like crazy creations come up on the feed and I'll just click on them every once in a while, and someone made like essentially a drone that would just fly like above and like hover and just shoot like death lasers down onto enemies for them. It was awesome.
The ripping and the tearing. The ripping and the tearing.
Mm-hmm.
My thoughts exactly. Anyways, that's my live new.
Cool, man.
Cool.
Miguel?
God of War Ragnarok for the most part. Dealing with a shithead cat who's causing trouble, but that's okay. He'll grow out of it eventually.
What
I watched a couple. What was that?
Oh, what has he done bad so far?
He just likes to get on the counters.
And
he knocks everything off my table.
There you go.
Classic cat behavior.
Just wanted to hear that.
And he attacks Jake all the time. He's playing, but it's kind of annoying, and I'm just tired. And I want to sit down. I want to play God of War, or I want to watch a movie, or you know what I mean? Like, come on now. But no, I've been doing that. God of War's still fun. I'm having a good time. I have no idea how far I'm into it. Sometimes I'm like, God, I wish this would end already. Not because I'm tired of the game, but just because I've put in a lot of hours, and I'm like, where the fuck am I? But
I heard anecdotally that game was like a little bit bloated.
Yeah.
It seems very, very long. They did add a lot of stuff to it. There are a lot of quests. And, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I do plan on finishing it. I really enjoy the shit out of it. And then
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about what I was going to play next. I've actually kind of got a hankering to go back to play Mass Effect Legendary Edition, which I never played. I bought it. I never played it.
Fuck yeah. Have you played
But,
through all three like previously?
Yeah,
Nice. Yeah.
multiple times. Well, the third one I only beat once, but two I beat like 4 or 5 times.
Well, I mean,
So, like,
at least with the Legendary Edition, you have kind of like a resouped Mass Effect 1, so you'll get at least something kind of new out of the experience besides
it'll
like
be
different choices and whatnot into so on and so forth.
What I am a little bummed out about, though, they didn't put all the DLC in it. So
really in the whole in all
one.
of them? Oh, in one.
No, just in one. They weren't able to get for whatever reason they weren't able to get the DLC into it.
It's kind of a bummer.
You can't get your little house on Mars, which I always thought was fun. I don't know if you did that or not. Or if you,
I never played the DLC for 1 because I didn't play 1 until Legendary Edition. So
okay.
That
was really cool. There was like a thing that you did, and then you end up you beat like all these trials, and you got a house on Mars. You could go hang out in. Your stuff was displayed in it. It was pretty. It was neat. It was fun.
That's cool. Like I feel like I didn't have any DLCs like ever. Like, you know, and for a long time because I was always broke, you know, so I just get the game and that's all I could get. You know what I mean? So I missed out on a lot of classic game DLCs like that.
So, but yeah, I was thinking about playing that next because I'm not going to get Starfield till probably, let's be honest, probably a year or two from now. Only because I want to buy a new PC.
Right. No, you don't need an Xbox. You just need a computer. Same thing.
So I'm going to end up.
Perfect.
I'll probably end up getting Final Fantasy VII Rebirth at the end of the year. But
Fuck yeah.
I ended up watching. There's just been a lot of war gameplay wise, and to be honest with you, it hasn't been that much. Been here and there. I've been going out. Like obviously, we'll talk about that later. We went out on Saturday.
Yeah.
Other stuff happened. Anyway, I watched a movie called The Lodge, which I actually recommend. It's a slow burn.
Really?
On Max, I believe.
I keep
HBO Max. I refuse to call it Max.
I keep orbiting that movie. Like it keeps being recommended to me on every platform that it's on by the platform, and I'm like, do I want to watch this? Maybe. You know.
I will say it was pretty good, dude. Like,
cool.
It's fucked up.
All right.
Is it a horror movie or like a thriller?
It's like a horror movie, right?
It's like a thriller more than a horror movie, but I think it's supposed to be kind of. I won't say anything about it.
Yeah. Okay.
I do recommend it though. Sadie and I enjoyed the shit out of it. It was good.
Cool.
Sweet.
So I watched that, and then I watched what was the name of the other movie that I watched? Oh, Cadaver.
Cadaver.
Yeah.
Okay. Good or bad?
It was good. I enjoyed it. Let's just say I kind of knew where it was going. Only because I've played enough Fallout to kind of know what's going to happen in one of these situations.
Oh, I see. In the starving aftermath of a nuclear disaster, a family accepts a charitable offer which turns into a sinister game.
Yeah, okay. So I was just like, when I read the description, I go, it's going to go here, and it does. But then there's like other stuff that happens. Overall, I enjoyed it. It was good.
The masks are kind of fucked up looking.
Yeah, so I'd say if you got nothing else to watch, you can watch it during Halloween, Jacob.
Yeah, you know what?
Just throw that on during Halloween.
Well, it's October. It's October spooky season as always for me, you know. And I just watch like everything and anything that's horror adjacent. Which I still haven't finished Castlevania season 2, so I have to go back and do that. And there's a whole other season coming, season 4. I need to watch season 3. You know what I mean? Yeah. Sorry.
Actually, maybe I think I did get through. I think I got through season 2, but I didn't start season 3 yet.
Yeah, that show's good, by the way, Miguel.
I've never seen it. I know it's been there, but I don't know. I just haven't had a hankering to watch it.
Yeah.
I haven't had a watch.
It punches above its weight for sure. It's like the animation itself is really gorgeous. It's like it reminds me of Berserk a lot. It's got like a lot of that really heavy gothic gore shit going on. It's cool.
Yeah, I mean, if you at all even like the concept of the Castlevania games, then just give it a watch. Season 1, I stick by. I think season 2 is like a little, I don't know, bloated, if you will, like just maybe a little too many episodes. That's why I didn't really get through it. But like I think Castlevania season 1 is that's some great anime right there. It's good times. Or cartoons.
The director of God of War Ragnarok, I forget what his name is.
Herman
Not
Holst?
Cory Barlog, but the other guy.
Herman Holst?
No, he's the head of PlayStation Studios slash.
Oh, I don't
used
know.
to be the Gorilla guy, but the other guy who's not Cory Barlog at Santa Monica.
David Jaffe?
No, no.
Let's see. I'm just gonna Mark Simon.
No, Eric. I wanna say his
Okay,
name's
well
like
I don't know.
Eric or something. Anyways, he's at Santa Monica, but he was on the kind of funny games cast doing a God of War Ragnarok spoiler cast I think a while back, or maybe just a God of War cast of some sort. And he said that has always wanted to make a modern day Castlevania game, but I was like, that'd be fucking sick.
Was
like
it Eric Fong?
Eric, yeah.
There you go.
Yep.
Play that.
Cool.
I would play that too, like a Santa Monica style, like third-person action platformer type of
That
thing.
was actually good because I do remember they did the one where, what was it, Castlevania on the 64? I don't remember the name of that.
Yeah, that was during the era where like they were just trying to convert everything into 3D, and it didn't always work.
It didn't work out
I
very
heard
well.
that game sucked.
It was terrible.
Mm-hmm. But Symphony of the Night, all-time classics.
That for me is my favorite.
Yeah,
maybe
same.
the best Vania of all the Metroidvanias.
That Bloodstained game is good too.
Come on, Gage. the name of the genre.
Yeah, exactly.
Hollow Knight, Metroidvania.
Yeah.
I like a new Metroid too.
Well, Dread is really good,
like
by the way. Miguel.
I really like a what's it called? Ori and the Blind Forest was really good Metroidvania.
Yeah, I mean the second one even better than the first, in my opinion.
I never played the second one. I should.
You got to.
Yeah.
But they're still really good games. Moon Studios or whatever. Miguel, you're still going.
No, that's pretty much it, dude. I just watched a couple movies. Volunteer work as per usual.
Yeah.
Hanging out with cats over there, hanging out with cats here, and
Touching catnip over there.
yeah, same old shit. Marijuana.
Yeah, we wanna.
Marijuana.
Yeah, that was a good. So we got. I'll just say this. We got this like thread between Mochi Squeeze, Miguel, and I, and they just are constantly sending Instagram videos, Reddit posts, and TikToks and stuff. And there's just a lot of nonsense in there, but it's a fun time.
Nice.
But stupid food. That's a subreddit that invades my eyes constantly on Reddit, and Miguel's sending them straight to my phone now. So it's like, if you want to be mad, just go to r/stupidfood and just increase the anger.
It's really fucking stupid, man.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't even send you the stupid ones.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
I
sure
know.
you've seen them.
Trust me, I see them. Yeah. Do you see the deep fried watermelon one?
Yes. Where
Yeah,
it ended up looking like a weird, deflated balloon or whatever, and then
Right.
they cut it up. It was fucking gross.
Mochi Squeeze says, "What our thread is so funny." No, yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to say it's a bad thread. It's incredible. I don't get to them all. Like, I wait and batch them, and so then I'll go back and watch like 10, and just sit there like on the toilet laughing to myself. Anyway, good times. I recommend you do one of those type of threads with your friend group as well, because it can get off. It can get weird. Well, whenever I send videos, I think it's really weird, like on TikTok
I think
and
yours
shit.
are like, some of them I look go, I'm like, what the fuck is that shit?
Yeah, but I typically that's why I save mine for the right moment.
Like that one with the guy dancing that you sent recently.
Was it the chick playing the accordion and there's a weird guy dancing in like a room or something? It's like Russian
Yes,
letters.
I believe so.
Yeah,
I was just like, what the fuck is this?
Dude, I don't know. That's the algorithm I've cultivated on TikTok, where like I just dislike everything normal and I only like weird shit and scary shit and animals, obviously, because you guys always send me the animal videos, so I like those too. And then what's the last thing? Something else too. But basically, like, I only want TikToks of the weirdest shit, and I make sure you guys see that as well. And I don't know. I just swiped up one day, and then that video popped up, and I'm like, "What is this?" And I instantly followed the person. So, I I remember one time too, like if you guys remember the what is it, the Labor Day stream thing. One of the videos, which I couldn't save obviously because of claims and shit, but it was just called Jacob's TikTok, and I think it was just me and Steven on chat, and we were just going through my TikTok feed, and or no, actually, Pizza Man Sam was there too, and they just kept getting scared like half the time because they're like, "Ew, what is that?" And it's just like a fucking weird CGI Spider-Man with like a long neck and a tiny head, and they're like, "Get that off the screen." I'm like, "Let me make it bigger." So yeah, I wanna do streams like that in the future too. Fun. But my wife knew Baldur's Gate 3. Good.
Dude,
I did 2.
I'm so jealous.
Hey, you know, if you had a PS5, you could get it even sooner. So I don't know. Your birthday's coming up. Your birthday's coming up. Just saying. Yeah, or definitely build a computer. I wish that it wasn't so expensive, man. But you know, we'll all get there eventually. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's true. One of these days.
So yeah, with Baldur's Gate 3, I started 2 different multiplayer sessions, both with Foxy Steve, friend of the show. They were actually on the Labor Day stream doing like a wrestling thing. If you want to go back and check that out, him and
yeah, that was cool.
Chris Panda, yeah. But yeah, Foxy Steve is a dungeon master, and currently he's like running, I think, 1 or 2 games, and he's also playing like 2 more, just like every week. So he's like just playing normal D&D over Discord or whatever the fuck as it is.
Cool.
So like, you know, Baldur's Gate 3 is Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition adapt to a video game. So it was, you know, we're like nerding out about it and all that fun stuff. So we're like, oh, why don't we play? And then we got Haas, this dude I work with that's in our D&D group. So the 3 of us started a game under Haas's like save. So you know, you all make your characters and then you just like play through the game from the beginning, using those characters. So we did that for a while, and then I had to leave, and I came back, and Haas wasn't there, and so me and Steve were like, "Oh, let's keep playing," and we realized that our characters are on Haas's save. We can't access those characters we made, so we said, "Fuck it," and we re-rolled, and so then we started again. So now I've already started Baldur's Gate from the beginning 3 times, and I'm not even that far in any of them. I mean, I got further in the one that I made. I made a wizard that was really cool. But the character I made with Foxy Steve, I made a ranger to be a 2-weapon ranger. So he's got 2 scimitars. Dude, that character shreds it up. If I can get close to an enemy, I just like double attack and typically kill whatever. So fun, you know, a lot of fun. If you could do multiplayer Baldur's Gate 3 with friends, absolutely do it. The NPC characters in the game are great and all, but you have a party of 4 in the game, and that 4 could be you and 3 other people, you know, so it'd be like playing D&D with other people in general, but like you're playing Baldur's Gate 3 throughout.
Does each person get to make decisions in that case?
Yes.
Like,
yeah, so
if you get to a story scenario, do all of you have to make a decision together? Or?
So this is how that's handled, okay? Whoever walks up to start the dialogue is the one who's doing the thing, and that actually carries over into single player as well. Because in single player, you can choose one of the 4 characters to control, either the one you created or the NPCs that you're choosing to have on your party, right? And so whoever like initiates the conversation is the one who's like, you know, using their skills in the roles, and like based on classes and ability scores, like certain responses will open up. You know, like as a wizard, for instance, there's this point in the game where you get kind of attacked, or like you have a knife to your neck by this thief character. I'm not going to spoil anything, but that's just happening. And then as a wizard, to get him off of me, it just said like, wizard, use a fire spell or something, and you click that, and if it works, you blast them with a little bit of fire. But then when you're other characters, you don't have that option, right? So that carries over into the NPCs. So like same exact system with multiplayer. Whoever initiates the thing is the one having the conversation and making the decisions. But the other players, unless you're all walking together and it's like triggered by a point you're at, then everyone will like automatically go into the cutscene or whatever. But like, let's say Miguel walks up to a guy, starts talking to him. We won't even see what's happening. So we could still walk around the map, like me and Gage. We could just be walking around the map doing other things. But if we want to see the cinematic and be like in there and kind of see what Miguel's doing, you can go up and either like click on his portrait or like go up and try to talk to the guy, and then it just puts you in this cutscene as well to be a part of it. But another funny thing is like whatever setting, like whatever the environment is during those little cutscenes, like there was like this stuff in the background of something that I think Steve was doing, and I was like shooting the jars behind him. Like he saw them exploding in the background of the cutscene, which is funny as hell.
That's pretty cool.
I think that specifically that feature, that element of it, is what's giving the Series S trouble. They were saying, like, the drop in, drop out, like elements of that sort of processing is probably too much for a Series S. So.
Yeah, I don't know if it has something to do with like the video card in there or whatever is happening, but yeah, I would assume it has some kind of RAM limitation. Hearing that, but I don't know.
I think Larian will take its time and get it right, but
yeah.
You know,
well, they're saying next year. I expect Q1 next year. Honestly, like you'll probably get it in March. That's my prediction. You're gonna get Baldur's Gate 3 on Xbox in March. That's my prediction. Also,
that'd be sweet.
Yeah, absolutely, would be sweet. Also, there's something to be said that like Xbox is requiring that Series S is compatible with any series game, and it's kind of getting in the way of releases, and I don't know how I feel about that. It sucks because you could have the game the same date as the PS5, but we're not there, so I don't know. The way the Series S was marketed, it just sounded like it wouldn't be a big deal, and we're already kind of hitting that wall, so it's only going to get worse from here, so I don't really know. I know the chat's been popping off about stuff, but I'll just read it later.
Don't worry about it. We're just going back and forth about centaurs and what they do with their arms.
While they run, yes, I need to see.
Did you see my cool Wibnu with sunglasses? Because that was pretty cool.
The what?
I made a Wibnu emoji with sunglasses. It's up there.
You did?
Yeah, I mean, right no.
Oh my god.
It's like something you can do if you use like chat points or something.
Oh yeah, the modification thing. I actually did that. You can mirror them. You can also make them black and white as well. So the modify an emote. Yeah, it's really fun to do that stuff. What else was I nerding out on?
Oh wait, I had one more question for Baldur's Gate for you, just because I haven't actually watched much of the game, because I'm just gonna go in and do it when I can do it. So what is combat like? Is it 100% turn-based? Is it Diablo-like? What is it? No. What is it like?
So like it's just 1-for-1, the tabletop game, and this is the thing that like there's so much like chatter about the combat not being good or whatever it is, and people are saying, oh, it's not for me, this and that. But like as someone who plays D&D, Miguel, you played D&D with me. If you see this game in action, you're like, oh, it's just D&D. Straight up combat. The only difference is there's no visible like grid. It's just like doing it without a grid and just measuring everything in meters, like walked. That's it. It's different,
And that's probably most of the people who are saying that about the combat probably just have never really played D&D or care to.
Right, exactly. I mean, because look, let's be honest. Like most turn-based games that are like, I mean, turn-based JRPG style. That's like, oh, you're in combat. It goes to another screen, and then you pick your whatever back and forth. But this is more like tactics style, where oh, everyone has a turn. Think about Final Fantasy Tactics, and there's always a grid. You move your guy on the grid, and then to do the thing, whatever. The thing is with D&D, there's just like a lot of rules, right? There's a lot of stuff going on. Like this is why combat takes like 3 hours in real time if you're actually playing it on the fucking board, right? Because you have to keep track of all this stuff. But in the video game, it's not really explaining like every little in and out of everything. So like for instance, with opportunity attacks and threat range, right? Really simple concept when you think about it. I'm standing here. You're the enemy, you come at me, right? Now we're in melee with each other. We're fighting, right? But if the enemy just decides to turn around and walk away from me, am I going to just let him walk away, or am I going to take the opportunity to try to stab him or slash him in the back, right? That's called an opportunity attack. That's been in D&D since forever. It's just a normal concept that I know like the back of my hand. But any other gamer, I mean, in tactics games, you can walk right past enemies. You can flank them. You know, it's no big deal. In this game, it's using the actual D&D rule set. So there's just little things you need to consider, like, well, shit, I can circle the enemy as long as I don't leave their threat range. I can like set up like I can move my guy around. But if I leave his threat range, he can attack me at any point in time. And sometimes you want to use that to your advantage. Like if you have really high armor class, who cares? You know, you still do it because they probably can't hit you anyway. But if you're like a rogue and you have low AC and you keep forgetting that, well, you might die, right? Just like also like certain spells and abilities having like an AoE effect and how it's hitting, you know, allies or just these little things. But at the end of the day, it's just a strategy game essentially.
Yeah, totally.
Turn-based. You even see like at the top, it's this person's turn followed by this person's turn. And if people
so if you're in multiplayer, does everyone have to wait for everyone else to make decisions, or is it all kind of happening at once?
So that's where it does differ, which I do like in a way, in a sense. So like if people share an initiative score, which is like, you know, your dexterity rolled, a d20 with the dexterity added to it. Essentially, if everybody is like going at the same time on the roll, it allows all the allies to like, you know, move as they want. But like if I rolled a low initiative and you rolled a high initiative, you're going to go first and I'm going to go last, obviously, right? But like if everyone's around the same time, it'll kind of like put them all together. So then you can straight up do actions at the same time, or you can just like debate with each other. All right, what are you going to do first? What am I going to do first? You know what I mean? And that carries over into single player as well with your party. Like if person A and person B rolled a similar initiative and there's no monster in between, the two of them can both go in the same turn essentially. And you can kind of have one do something and then the other do something and then they can do another action. You know what I mean? They kind of like share initiative. So like that does speed up combat too. Like in my opinion, this is sort of the definitive way to play D&D without all of the complicated math and like rolls and getting people together and everything that goes into.
It does the roll for you, right? Like, I mean, it is rolling, but it's like it kind of just does it.
Yeah, but what the cool thing about the game outside of combat is you are rolling dice. It is adding the bonuses, and you're seeing it all there. And like you're like literally seeing the dice roll. It's like here's the difficulty class you have to beat. Here's your dice. This is what your bonuses are, and then it rolls it, and then you see it happen. That. Yeah, and you'll see it either fail or not. So anyway, game is great. I recommend it. I just put the caveat on it. Just remember, it's a turn-based game. You know what I mean? Y'all like Final Fantasy, this and that. Maybe not 16 if you like turn-based games. You know, everyone likes what? Just name another JRPG, like Persona. So like what? People will play Persona and then play Baldur's Gate and go, the combat's weird. I find that to be strange to say that. You know what I mean? It's also turn-based. I know it's just different.
It's isometric, like Diablo view, right? Like God's eye view, right?
It is, but you control the camera, so you can zoom in pretty far, and you can rotate the camera at will. It's not something you can't do in Diablo. So like,
okay, that's nice.
I would not compare this game to Diablo whatsoever. I would compare this game to. I guess I just
meant that classic CRPG up God view kind of thing.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying, like, just in general, to anyone out there who says Diablo and Baldur's Gate in the same breath, I would not do that, because like you need to really think of it more as it's a tabletop game. As you know, I compare it with Dungeons and Dragons because that's what it is.
Have you played it? Have you only played it keyboard mouse, or have you played it with a gamepad?
Not gonna fuck with the gamepad at all, because I've heard that like yes, it's cool and it works, but like you know any game where I need to click around like for instance, playing Civilization. Oh, you
lost me for a second.
Lost me for a sec there? No, I'm back. Playing Civilization with a mouse and keyboard, and then playing Civilization with a fucking controller, it's like way more tedious, man. I don't even need to know what that's like. But I mean, a lot of people are playing Baldur's Gate 3 with the controller, and you know, I think it's just a little more complicated because now you have to go through a lot of wheels.
Radial wheels is what I'm hearing. Yeah.
Precisely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Cool. So, out of the Baldur's Gate 3 thing, I'll just mention that Yes, I dropped my old external hard drive down the stairs while it was plugged in a few months ago, and yes, it's starting to fall apart. So yes, I did have to buy the same one and be extra careful this time around. So I did that, and had to reinstall like a million games. So I think that's what tanked my internet, because Cox probably throttles after you download like terabytes of information, which is irritating because I pay for unlimited internet. Fuck you, Cox. So that happened, but now my computer's working good, so that's the good thing. We're going to be extra careful with this mechanical hard drive. And what did we watch? We just Mochi Squeeze. What the fuck we've been watching? Freaks and Geeks. Good show.
Oh, nice.
Never seen it. Loving it. We watched a movie. Can't remember the name. If we did. Starfield's coming out. Really excited.
Can't wait.
Armored Core's coming out before that. Can't wait. Halo.
I'm so excited about Armored Core. It's snuck the hype of Armored Core has really snuck up on me, but I'm really excited.
There's like something important to be said right now that I just can't fucking remember. So fuck it. Oh, and then I have been playing Civilization 6 again, and man, Montezuma, it's not a bad leader. It's not a bad leader. Yeah.
I always like playing Gandhi and then nuking people and being like, ha, Gandhi's nuking people.
Yeah, that's what Gandhi
Ripping
does.
The ripping and the tearing.
That's what Gandhi does.
If I get to the nuclear era, I don't often play Civ all the way to the point where I get to like that type of thing. But
Oh, Fortnite. There you go. Yeah, I played Fortnite and I bought Bender, so they got me again. Now I have Bender and Vegeta, so there you go.
Hey, at least there's something to be said for just buying the things you want as opposed to playing the whole game. I have like maybe 40 or 50 characters, and I feel like it's just from buying battle passes. But like, I could have probably spent the same amount of money on not those battle passes and just gotten like characters I actually gave a shit about. But I don't know. It's something about the unlocking that keeps me going.
Hey, I'm not here to judge you and what you do and what you play. That's the point of the Pocket Dimension, right? It's the safety.
Amen, brother.
But I play it sometimes. You know what I mean? I've been playing with Miss Envy and her people and having fun. That's why I was like, it's fine. I'll always randomly come back to Fortnite, but I only play it when people are playing with me. I don't you won't catch me booting up Fortnite just to play solo. If I'm in that mood, I'm throwing on Halo Infinite or something.
Well, next time you guys play, invite me or send me a text or something. I'd be down.
Sure. Usually over the weekend when you're busy, but we'll try.
It depends. The next couple weekends are kind of wild, but then it chills out for a long time, so we'll see.
Noise. Oh, by the way, you guys, pretty soon here, I think the 18th, so I believe that is Friday, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the game, comes out. And yes, it's on Game Pass. It's on all the Game Passes. So, if you're feeling squirrely, man, let's fuck around. Want to try that shit out. I heard it's pretty good from IGN. Like, it's got its issues, some samey maps and whatnot, but bro, I would love to play that game. It's gonna be crazy.
Those types of games are all about the fun you make yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I think that they don't have to be super polished or super novel to be like totally fun.
Yeah, Miguel, if you don't know anything about the game, it's 3 versus 4. So like,
I know what it is.
Yeah.
I haven't played it.
Have you seen the trailer?
I've seen it.
Did you know that to power up the bad guy side, you have to feed blood to Grandpa? There's a Grandpa in every level, and you just go up and you just slowly drip blood into his mouth.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty great. So yeah, and I want to try that shit out, man. We'll see what happens with that. If that happens, we'll definitely stream that. Must be streamed. Okay, guys, let's get ready to touch some grass, aka get outside. So what the fuck does touch grass mean? You may have heard this term online, people like Mochi Squeeze. You may have heard this term being thrown around, and all it just means is, hey, video gamist out there, game enjoyer, turn your fucking computer off and walk outside because you're too obsessed with Kingdom Hearts right now. Okay, you're arguing with people about Kingdom Hearts, and you know what I mean. There's more to life than worrying about what Sora's doing. You know what I mean? So there you go.
It goes for anyone. Like
Yeah, anyone.
anyone on the fucking internet. Get off your phone. Go outside.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, of course.
Do something. Interact with actual people.
Right. Go outside and act. Touch grass, like literally. So yes, that's the name of this episode. Yes, this is a show about being nerdy, but yes, nerds can go outside too and do stuff. And so we're just gonna talk about some stuff we've done out in the wild, away from our keyboards, away from our controllers. Yeah, and some of that stuff's nerdy, I guess, right?
Sure. This episode is the equivalent of that little message that used to pop up when you were playing Animal Crossing that says, "Hey, you've been playing for a long time. Are you sure you want to keep playing?"
Of course I do.
Sunlight.
Shut the fuck up.
And you're like, "Yes, let me just get these bells."
Mochi Squeeze knows about the bells.
You guys were just slaves to the raccoon, whatever his name was.
Hey man, it was fun. All right,
Fuck that
it
guy.
was fun. Our town was sick. You can't
I
deny.
saw right through him.
We had a really cool concert square. All right, that was a good time.
Yeah, nice.
And then
Slave can wait for the man for free.
cool. So who wants to talk about what they've been doing outside first?
I'll start.
Okay.
I was gonna say Gage because I want to hear what he's doing. I'm curious.
Yeah, what you been
it's all
doing,
good.
bro?
Yeah, so last week I was out because I realized I had a ton of packing to do and I was woefully behind. We went on our first big road trip with the baby, which was cool. We went to South Lake Tahoe, California. So it's pretty far away from where we're at. You have to just because of the way you have to get there from here.
Mm-hmm.
But so it was a long road trip. It was like an 8.5-hour drive, which is definitely the most Maya's ever been in a car before. And we went to this kind of family reunion / mini music festival that my buddy's family throws every year in Tahoe. It's pretty cool. We set up like a big ass stage, and there's like a volleyball court, and everyone camps out, and there's a bar that they set up, and people just jump behind and start bartending. Yeah, and it's a lot of people come. It's usually between 40 and 100 people.
Damn.
Yeah, they have a huge family, and then I think it's there's 7 original siblings, and then all of them have gotten married and had kids and stuff, so they bring their families and their stuff, and then a bunch of our friends come from our childhood, and yeah, it's that, and so.
That's
My
cool.
family, some of my family has dated this family before. We're all kind of intertwined. And then I've known one of my best friends growing up, Max, since I was 4 years old. So it's cool. It's kind of a family reunion.
Nice. So you said it's like a music festival. You must elaborate.
Well, we set up a legit stage that's got full blown PA system and monitors and a drum set and pedals and a bunch of guitars and flutes and saxophones and everything, and it's just they're a really musically talented family, and then we have a bunch of friends who are also musically talented.
Nice.
So we'll get up and just do these jam session sets, or my buddy's uncle actually has a kind of cover band, so he comes up and they always play, and yeah, it's it's kind of an unofficial, but just anyone jump on stage. We got really drunk the first night, and me and Max, I just got up and played guitar, and he just rapped over it. And
Nice.
Just because he was really drunk and didn't care, and was just freestyle rapping over it. And it was really funny.
So they set up a full stage and stuff.
Yeah, full blown. It's really pretty nice sound system and everything. It's
Wow.
It's a full blown stage. It's pretty cool.
That's dope.
Yeah, everyone just brings their equipment, and we just kind of amalgamate the whole thing, and so it's cool. So we do a lot of that. I played so much music, and I'm a decent guitar player, and so I just jumped in with this other group of kids who were all total shredders. But then they needed a drummer for a while, so I played drums for a good part of the night. Yeah, it's fun. It's just you just kind of round robin it, and everyone jumps in.
That's cool, dude. Sounds like fun.
Yeah, it was fun, but it was a lot of work. Camping with the baby, you have to really be prepared. So we brought more stuff than I've ever brought camping. We bought a nice new tent and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. So it was, it was a lot of work putting her down and stuff while it's like everyone's partying and it's loud and stuff was kind of tough, like putting her down to sleep and things like that. But I'd say it was well worth it, and she did a pretty good job. I'm proud of her for sure. So
Nice.
Um,
How far is it out from where you're at?
So like I said, it's like 8.5 hours. So the
Whoa.
the thing is like it wouldn't be that far as the crow flies, but the way you have to go is really annoying. We're like on the coast up north, and then to get there you have to like take this weird highway across to the I-5, and then goes actually more south than Lake Tahoe actually is to Sacramento, and then up this other highway to go even further east.
Dang.
So you have to do this. You have to do this kind of zigzag thing across California, and so it takes longer than it should. But but she did pretty good. We did the ride down there in like 2 segments. We stayed a night in the bay, or like not quite the bay, but like right before the turnout to go to that other highway.
Yeah.
And so that it wasn't as long. And then the way back, we just crushed it all in one fell swoop. But she was cool.
Sick.
Yeah,
Cool.
hell yeah. And then next weekend, I'm going to see the Flaming Lips in San Francisco.
Nice.
Yeah, there's this place called Stern Grove out by San Francisco State. It's like this big, cool forest park, and there's like a big open field in the center of it. And they do a free concert series every year during the summer there. And yeah, this year Flaming Lips decided to show up, which is cool and weird. So for free.
Whoa,
Like,
that's amazing.
You have to get tickets, but it's just like first come, first serve. And yeah, like the SF Symphony always plays. There's a lot of like kind of folky stuff that plays, but this is cool. This is like the finale, I think, weekend of it. And a bunch of our friends are coming. It's like totally baby friendly, so we can like bring the stroller and blankets and just like picnic out. You can bring your own booze, which is cool, and bring your own food, which is like pretty crazy for music stuff these days,
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
So-
the booze definitely.
So yeah, I mean, I think you have to like show ID or something to be able to bring it in, but so it's gonna be cool. We're meeting a bunch of friends and we're just gonna hang out in the park and picnic and watch the Flaming Lips. I'm excited about it.
That's incredible.
That's pretty sweet, man.
Those are my grass touching things for the most part.
Which, you physically did touch grass.
That's
Right.
true.
Physically. Jesus.
Yeah, we it was also the cool thing about this High in the Pines was like my buddy Max, he just had a daughter 3 months. They're 3 months apart from Maya. So they got to meet each other for the first time. We got to kind of bond over being parents and shit. So yeah, it was a trip. I've known this kid since I was like 4 years old. So for us to both like be new parents and stuff was pretty fun. So
That's cool.
It was cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is around the time in your life where everyone starts to just have kids.
Oh, lost you again.
What? Lost me. I'm
You're
here.
Back, you're back.
Still here.
Yeah, you're back now. Yeah.
Gotta love Cox Internet. This is the time of your life where everyone's like, oh, guess what? I'm dad now. Like everyone, pretty much. So
It's definitely increasing, but yeah.
maybe not you, Miguel, but it seems, a lot of people.
Everyone I know does not have children for the most part.
That's interesting. I feel like so many people I used to know, in the fam. But like, yeah, well, with you guys. I mean, well, we know Gage. Gage has a kid.
Gage has kids,
Which is
yeah.
cool.
So does Evan, but that's pretty much it.
Evan, yeah. Well, Hayato doesn't. You don't.
You guys don't.
We don't. You got
know.
cats.
I don't.
You got
I other
Sebastian.
people, they don't know. No children either. Nope.
Interesting.
You guys have no plans of such things, no pressure. I'm not doing the new parent
At
thing where it's
this
like,
point-
yeah, you guys should have parent kids too. It's not like that.
At this point, no.
No.
Yeah, I feel you.
I
Negative.
like to travel at this point, and I like to do my thing. And having a kitten's enough at this point.
Yeah, I think think we're new to the first kid thing, and people always say like down the road you might want another one, but I don't know. We're both kind of thinking maybe one and done because we also really like to travel, and I feel
Yeah.
like with one kid you can travel easy enough. It's like I don't know that you just teach them to be cool and handle their own shit, and but like I feel like if you add more, then it's just like wrangling little kids going crazy all the time, and I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, well, It's cool.
And it's super expensive, so it is.
There's that too.
Yep. Yeah, and I think my internet keeps cutting out there, but
A little bit, but not too bad.
yep.
Not
Well,
too
it's
bad. You're right.
happening to one of us. Maybe it's Miguel. We're not going to talk about that though. What Miguel? What touch grass stuff do you got going on, or did you?
So Friday we hung out with a couple friends. So just at Sadie's house, at the pool. Saturday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Never went to the Honda Museum because that was fuck up.
Yeah, that's the day where you showed up trashed.
So I'll let you talk about the Honda Museum and I'll chime in because I probably had a different experience than you did because I was trapped.
Yeah, maybe.
But,
Just maybe.
I think we're going stargazing on Friday again, which should be fun.
Oh, cool.
At the end of the month, I have a trip to New Mexico.
Nice.
I'm going to Zozobra.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking to you about it, I think, Jacob. I don't know if you know what that is, Gage, but it's kind of like probably where Burning Man got their idea to burn the man at the end of the festival.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that stuff.
I guess it's like the 99th burning of Zozobra this year. And you kind of put your glooms in a box. They store them into Zozobra, and they light them on fire, rain or shine.
Yep.
Nice.
So that's going to be really cool. And I did, Mochi. I did touch everything I wasn't supposed to.
That's what she said.
Anyway.
At the Honda Museum.
So I'm going to Zozobra at the end of, it's always the 1st of September. So it's like right around Labor Day or whatever.
Nice.
So I'm doing that at the end of this month. We're taking a road trip. We're driving out there it's like a long weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And then in October, I'm going up about 4.5 hours from here up into Utah for the annular solar eclipse.
Oh, cool.
Dope.
That's going to be really cool.
Hell yeah.
And then we're going to New Orleans at the end of the last week, or the second to last week of October as well.
Yep.
So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then I also have plans to go to the full-on solar eclipse next April. So
nice.
that's what I've been doing.
So yeah, a lot of.
I've never actually seen an eclipse in person, so.
Me either.
So it's gonna be pretty sweet. I'm excited.
I saw one in New York when I was there. It was the last year I was there. I think it was 2017. That was pretty cool. They had the welding goggles on and shit, but it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I bought. I went on. I forget what site it was, but it was probably a NASA site, and I bought some glasses so we can view it. So
awesome.
But yeah, I've been to the Voodoo Museum, Mochi. So, and I touched things there as well.
Touch all the
Voodoo
freaky
Museum in New Orleans is definitely a must. Don't be afraid of it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be a little bitch. Go in, a lot of real cool stuff in there. Definitely check it out.
You're talking about the Honda Museum that we went to?
No.
Or the
Voodoo Museum
one
in New Orleans.
Yeah. Well, we did a ghost tour in New Orleans, which was very cool. Very cool. Learned a lot about a lot of things, including the vampire that inspired Anne Rice and shit. Really cool.
So I'm definitely looking forward to going back. We're going to be there for about a week, I think. We were originally going to go for Halloween, actually, which would have been kind of cool.
Yeah, but, for sure.
That's not happening, but it's the week before. So
you would have seen a ghost on the street.
Fucking time, dude.
Yeah, I mean, New Orleans is a cool place, man. You should go if you haven't. And the food's great. And you've got to go to Acme Oysters if you haven't. Miguel.
Featured on our
endorsed.
Our endorsement bracket. Yes.
That's right. Yeah, go back to episode 50 for that endorsement bracket. Shout out to Gomstead, by the way, because he was saying he was rewatching that and the episode he was on. So thanks for watching our content, bro.
Yeah.
Good times. Anything else there? Any other grasses you want to touch there, Miguel, or that you have?
No, I don't know. Other than that, just going kind of doing my thing, going out every once in a while. And, I don't always stay at home.
Yeah.
I probably spend less time at home than you do, but.
Yeah, probably. I'd say.
No
we've been going out. What's that?
I said no shade.
No. I mean, just facts, bro. Facts.
I've been trying to find more time to spend at home. Honestly, I feel like I've been constantly out, and I will constantly be out. Like I don't think there's a single free weekend until like the middle of September, but then I'm gonna take 2 weekends and just fucking play Starfield. I've scheduled it out on the calendar with my wife. Like, don't book anything for these 2 weekends. I'm just playing Starfield till my eyes bleed this entire time.
And that's one of those things where it's like it's nice to be busy, but then at the same time, sometimes I don't want to be busy and I just kind of want to sit and do nothing.
Sure.
Yep.
It is what it is.
Well, so you're describing our summer. We've actually been doing quite a lot. Like we saw Manila Killa, which was fun. We went with our friend Mike. We also went with our friend Mike last night to see the Aces, Las Vegas Aces play. So I'll talk a little bit about those. Prior to that, we went to New Orleans. In June, I had like two weddings to DJ back-to-back weeks. What else did we do? I just feel like we did so much. A lot of family stuff popping up. We went to Huntington Beach for one night, which was cool. The hotel we went to, I cannot remember the name. But whatever it was called, it wasn't actually called that. It had another name when we showed up, and then I don't know. California's so weird sometimes, and it's like hard to park because I swear every time we go somewhere, it's like downtown wherever it is. So it's just like kind of hard to drive around or park or do anything. But I do my best and just kind of yell, and get through it. Joy does a great job of navigating. Okay, she's good at it. She helps.
I'm a good navigator. Hell yeah.
And she tolerates my bullshit, so it all works out. But yeah, the Huntington Beach thing, like, my family goes out there every year. For like a full week. We couldn't do that. Didn't have enough vacation and stuff, so we just went for the one day on a Saturday. We just drove, and then we just drove the same day we got there, dropped our shit off, and then hung out. And then I did a bunch of drugs and got hella drunk. And then we ate burgers. And then I played volleyball and just hung out with the fams. So that was a lot of fun. Yeah, good. It was a good time. Yeah, and then like Mochi Squeeze is saying in chat, it is kind of hard. Like we don't have kids, but we got a dog, and it's hard to do things with the dog. And with the cat, it's like, yeah, you can kind of leave her at home, but then I always have to ask Miguel to drop by and make sure she's alive. And so having pets make going out hard.
I know people who leave the cat for like 3 days by itself, and I think it's kind of fucked up. My cats have always usually been very social.
Yeah,
for sure.
They still need someone to hang out with.
My friends who have cats, they'll leave the cats for that long, but they have like a downstairs neighbor that'll just come to check on them at least and kind of say, save it up and give them more food and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I usually ask, like, say, can, have Miguel drop by one day, and then my sister drop by one day. That was just one night, so it wasn't that big a deal. We coordinated or whatever, but that's kind of what holds us back sometimes. So it's kind of the drawback of having pets, but then, you love your pets. Unfortunately, Lulu isn't doing so well right now. Hoping she's okay, but she's kind of sick. Brought her to the vet. We're waiting for some results on that. But that's all I'll say with her. So, just treasuring the time we have with her now. But, my dog is just crazy as fuck, so she's just running around the house barking. You probably can hear her in the background. But yeah, beyond that, I can't wait for it to be a little cooler so that we can start walking the dog again and going out. And we got this park that's not too far away that has like a really cool, we live in Vegas. It's a desert. So there's a lot of desert landscape, so this park has essentially like a desert trail that kind of orbits it and lets out on the sidewalk where the street is. So we were having fun every weekend, like walking her that. I think it's like over a mile or something. But by the end of it, Arya just is like so tired and just like, so hilarious. But, she spends a lot of time inside. So we're like, you're going outside and doing this. And she's excited until 3/4 through. And then you could tell Arya is like, okay, where's the fucking car, dude? So yeah, it's fun.
I don't blame her.
Yeah, she's got them little legs. She's, Dotson Yorkie mix, according to what the first vet said. So she got them kind of stubby little legs, but a long body. Which like corgis are corgis part Dotson? You know, I don't know. They got that long body, stubby leg thing happening too. Just a thought there. When we were in the vet, I saw a corgi there, and it was such a cute little dog. But yeah, besides that, yeah, the Huntington Beach thing was a lot of fun. It was just hilarious trying to like while drunk and high, trying to play volleyball. When you guys, you know, I'm not a very active person, but I did my best. You know, I was jumping, trying to get balls and stuff. I hit it over the net a few times. But yeah, just hanging out with the fam when I can. It is a good time. But they spent like the whole week there, so like all week we were looking at their Instagrams and stuff. And then when they came back, they're like, "Oh, I wish we were back in Huntington Beach."
We also played a bunch of drunken / stony volleyball, and I didn't take any I didn't take any other substances this year because I wanted to be in dad mode. But
oh yeah.
But although you know other people were, so it was pretty funny. But yeah, we got in some pretty heated volleyball games. It was pretty competitive there for a minute.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I was trying, but you know, it is what it is. I could serve it though. I got some good serves in there.
That's clutch. That's really half the battle.
It really is. So, you know, better than nothing. But yeah, so to get back to so Manila Killa, he's a pretty cool producer. You know, I like his tracks. Mochi Squeeze is a big fan. He has one particular album is really good. I haven't heard all his tracks, but like he's good. Like, he's a good producer. His DJ set, however, was not so great. At first it was good. He was playing his own stuff, but then it started to get more hardstyle-y halfway through. And like, I don't know, like when you listen to his music, he kind of sounds like, oh my God. What's the fucking group I'm thinking of? I can't remember. Like Odessa or something, you know, or
Sure.
one of those type of groups where it's kind of like chill but like still dancey. But like, so you're just kind of like, oh, maybe he'll play some upbeat stuff. But like, have you ever seen like a DJ really get into the stuff that they're really into, and then it just like you're like, ooh, this is not. I wasn't expecting this music from you, and then it transitions into kind of a bad show, you know, like that's exactly what happened, unfortunately.
Yeah, I've been there before for sure.
Yeah, so Manila Killa, we love you, but maybe.
When you say hard style, do you mean like hard style, like the
hard style,
like hard style
like,
house?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, like the stuff that's like.
Yeah,
and it's like, you know what I mean?
That stuff's intense to maintain for any length of time.
Yeah, and it was like, it's like, okay, I understand if maybe there's like a song or two where you're like, oh yeah, let's play this and then go back to your own material. No, like the second the hardstyle started, and it's like, look, there are decent hardstyle songs out there, but like they were like bad remixes of stuff. Things were too loud. It just like you could tell the crowd wasn't vibing. You know, like the first half of it was good, and then the second half was like rough. And then, you know, so we just kind of left. So that kind of was a letdown. But, I mean, regardless, you go to any show, it's fun. And we were at Area 15 at the Portal, I think is what it's called. Cool-ass venue. If you can go there and here, you know, here in Vegas. Because if you don't know what Area 15 is, it's kind of like this whole hip new thing. We have the Meow Wolf, what's it called, Miguel?
Omega Mart.
Omega Mart, thank you. Yeah, it's like a really weird, trippy like experience that you want to go to. There's sort of like a meta game going on that you have to sign up for now. But the place itself is just kind of a hip place for like over 21 people to go. I mean, you could bring your family too, but you go at nighttime, it's just kind of a cool place. They got like an axe throwing thing. They got like a barcade up in there. So it's pretty sweet. But like there's like multiple concert venues kind of folded into that area, and if you can go to the Portal, or there's also like this like backyard kind of venue in there too. They're really, really cool, and there's a lot of electronic artists that will perform there as well. So if you're into any of that stuff, definitely, like if you happen to be coming to Vegas, like try doing that, or at least like make one day where you go and check that place out, especially if you like art and shit. So yeah, area.
Don't they have a bar out front that it's kind of like a UFO? think that's a bar. I haven't done it.
I don't
And
know.
it like goes all the way up to the very, very top.
No.
Whoa.
That's
You just
cool.
kind of float. It looks really cool. I've only seen it at night. I haven't done it obviously, but
Uh-huh.
and I haven't even looked it up. But it looks pretty neat.
Nice.
So if you're like driving down the 15 and you see like a little UFO right by Area 15, that's what I'm talking about.
Cool.
It's not a ride. I think it's a bar.
Nice. I'll have to look into that.
Is it downtown? Is Area 15 downtown?
No,
it's off the strip, but like
it's like
yeah.
It's
it's like mid strip, but off the strip.
It's like if you think of I-15 as the freeway, you know, the strip. If you're driving north, the strip is on the right. Area 15 is on the left. You know, as you're kind of like where the middle of the strip is. So I think you get off on like Flamingo or something, you may be able to backtrack up Industrial or whatever
you get
to get
off
there.
on Spring Mountain or Sierra.
Even further down than I think then. Yes. So it's past
Further
all those.
down?
Well, that's what I said. It's after Trop
Further
and
down for
Flamingo.
you.
I said
Just
going
depends on
north.
which way you're
I
going.
said going north, Miguel. Listen to the cardinal directions.
Well, I didn't. You probably stuttered out, dude. I couldn't hear you.
I'm telling you, man.
Is-
Fucking Cox, man.
Is what's the dark pyramid?
Oh, the Luxor?
Yeah. Is the Luxor on the north end or the south end?
South
of
end.
Australia.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Okay, there's a little bit about Area 15, touching grass. Is there grass there? Sure, in the backyard area, I guess. It might be AstroTurf. Could I just say touch dirt? Touch rock? Is that...
Touch sand.
Touch cactus?
One thing I didn't talk about real fast that was really crazy, speaking of like dirt and rocks.
Okay.
South Lake Tahoe had crazy fires the last couple of years, and this cabin was like 100 yards from burning down that we were at for Behind the Pines, and I hadn't been there since the fire. And it was insane. Like I've grown up going to this cabin since I was like 9, and literally like you get 100 yards from the cabin, and it was just this emptiness that I had never seen up there because it's usually really thick woods, you know, and it was jaw dropping. It was honestly really heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Was it all like just charred, cleared out remains, kind of black?
Yeah, they
back?
cleared a lot of the trees, or at least chopped them down, just because they were in danger of falling on stuff or whatever. But and then they're like 5 minutes from a ski resort called Sierra at Tahoe, which is like our local ski resort, and most of that ski resort burned. And so like the whole it's weird because on mountains like there's usually a tree line where at a certain point the trees stop because it's too cold or whatever. It's like the opposite with this, where like there's trees on the top half of the mountain and it's all burnt on the bottom half. And
oh my god,
it was really gnarly. It was really brutal.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it, and it was kind of sad for sure. So
that's insane. And the Maui thing is heartbreaking as well and whatnot. So
oh yeah. We should pressure people the powers that be to get rid of the fossil fuel industry.
Yeah, just don't buy a Tesla.
And commercial farming, we can all
oh man,
we can all have one cow for ourselves, and we'll eat that cow every year.
Well, they gotta get that lab grown meat thing sustainable, and I think that's the answer, IMO. But I don't know. Who knows?
Cool.
Who knows?
I'm into it.
Yes, we're kind of liberal here. Let's see. What was the other thing? Oh, we went to the Aces game last night. Man, did the Aces get creamed. It was kind of rough to watch. It felt like I don't want to malign, okay? I know I can't play basketball good. And I could during the practice little shots where they're just shooting during halftime, when they were about to get back on the court, you could see they could nail shots. They can shoot. But man, it just was kind of rough to watch that game last night. They were running plays that were real sloppy, if they're running plays, just missing it left and right. I don't know, man. It was kind of iffy. I guess I'm just spoiled by the Golden Knights because you watch them play and you're like, yeah, they're killing it. But I mean, everyone has a bad night. You know what I mean? We've seen the Golden Knights lose by a lot.
Well, I was
in person.
gonna say that apparently was their first loss at home.
Yeah.
for like 15 games.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
kind of sucks that that's the game you went to.
I know. Yeah. But hey, that
Who
doesn't.
who are they playing?
They were playing
New York.
New York.
I don't remember the name of the team, but I believe it's New York.
I'm trying to remember the name too. But anyway, they're also like the team we lost to like last season. Well, I think once or twice or something like that. So it is what it is. It's fine. I'm not saying I don't believe in them. I want to go back. I want to see them win. Tickets are cheap enough. I find it interesting that their arena is Mandalay Bay. You know what I mean? So like that's the thing.
Weird.
That's the thing I think people not from Vegas just thinks everything is in a casino. Like that's the thing everyone thinks about Vegas is like, oh, which casino do you live in? Oh, what casino do they play basketball out of? You know, in this case, it's true. The Aces, they're playing out of a casino. But it's fine. The popcorn there, very good. The beer, I can't believe they're selling tall boys of Legion Space Dust these days. It's pretty badass. I'll give it to them. Because it always feels bad buying a light beer for like that price. You know, at least give me something with a high percentage. Fuck. But yeah, I mean,
I'm always stoked when some concessions aren't like total, robbery. It's always nice.
Yeah, the popcorn was good though. Let me just mention that again. We got high in the parking lot, so it was like extra good. But I just want to say, look, you're a nerd out there, go watch a local sports game, man. Whatever it is, even if it's like a minor league team, if it's like your soccer team that no one really goes to, like just go outside, get a ticket, go with your friends. You'll have fun regardless.
So on that we have a local minor league baseball team that's actually pretty good. Like everyone's always surprised when they come up here because we play like Sacramento, San Francisco. We play like a lot of like minor league teams that like are relatively, I don't know, whatever, good for minor league stuff.
Yeah.
And they come up here and sometimes they get smoked. It's pretty funny. But we have they're called the Humboldt Crabs, which is pretty funny. There's lots of good jokes about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't catch the Humboldt crabs and all that stuff.
But awesome. No, that's a good name. I like that.
It is, and the fan base, the games are always packed, and we have like a whole kind of heckle squad. The band that we have is called the Marching Lumberjacks, and they like do all these great drumline and marching band style versions of like popular songs, and they're really good. And I don't know, it's a good time. We've been to like 3 games this summer, so that's been fun. But
yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I mean we saw the Lights one time, and that was fun. That's our football club.
No, that's a cool name for a Vegas football club.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then finally, the thing we did on Saturday, we went with our buddy Justin. From our D&D group, me and Miguel and I, we went to Zach Baggins' Haunted Museum, which has a lot of haunted, actual, real artifacts, if you will. Per usual, when I go out, I smoke some weed. It was a good time. Miguel showed up piss drunk because he was out drinking with his friends beforehand, and then Justin was like sober. So that was like the holy trinity of us, like different states of being. In this haunted place, but I think it was like about $50 with the local price. Feels kind of steep, I guess, but then really you're getting like a lot. Like it's over 2 hours you're in there, and there's a lot in there, and like it's gonna surprise you with some of the shit that they have in there. Like for one, they had like a part of the missing car that killed James Dean, which I was like, well, that's kind of fucking crazy, there was a haunted doll in there that I had a slight experience with. You have to say hello and goodbye when you go in that room. You're not supposed to look the doll in the eyes. Miguel just stopped and stared right into the eyes. Miguel, are you haunted right now, or are you good?
Are you supposed to not? Did you say lick the doll?
No, look at the doll in the eyes. Yes, definitely don't lick her.
Didn't lick it.
Definitely do not lick her.
I stared at her in the eye. It was a fucking doll. It's fine.
Yeah, but there's a spirit box going on in that room. So here's my.
I felt nothing. I said hello and I said goodbye, and I'm fine.
Yes. Well, you did what you're supposed to do.
Nice. Let's
hello
put
and
it
goodbye.
that way.
Awesome, and you're gonna dream about them eyes.
I haven't.
Eventually you will, I'm sure. No, but what I found interesting, if you don't know what a spirit box is, it's just a radio. It's just a radio that flips through radio stations, and ghosts are supposed to be able to like talk through those. Really, what it's doing is like it's like capturing like a split-second moment on any radio station where someone is saying a word, right? And so like it's just like the randomness of, do those word fragments become a real word that you hear, or can the ghost actually speak through the spirit box, like, and trigger the words that are being said? I love that the cat tail is visible and going back and forth. That's hilarious.
I was gonna say it just reminds me of that SNL sketch with, I forget who was in it.
Yeah.
They were like, "Oh, did you hear that?" And the guy farted. They have the thermal camera, and he's just sitting there, and you see it, and the farts is like, it said, "Help me," or something. You look it up; it's hilarious.
Yeah, we gotta look that up. Because, if you watch Ghost Adventures, you know that, like, it's all up to interpretation. Who knows? I honestly think there are unexplainable things on this planet. Ghosts could be real, or it could be some other phenomenon that we just kind of don't understand. It is what it is, whatever. It's all about beliefs. But it's really interesting that there is a building here in Las Vegas, a building which is said to be haunted, full of all sorts of haunted items throughout the world that we've all heard of. The Dybbuk box, they even have Robert the doll, which is was an old creepypasta meme. We saw the real doll, like we walk right past it, and just stuff like that. But one of the rooms was just full of like serial killer shit, like letters, art. There was Dr. Kevorkian's real art prints were on the wall in one of the rooms.
They had his van, which I thought was very interesting.
Yes, his actual murder, like, assisted murder, death,
I
or whatever.
wouldn't call it a murder van. I honestly don't think
assisted death van.
I think assisted suicide should be an actual legal thing that,
yeah.
I think it's fucked up that we don't allow it, but it is what it is. But anyway, the van's there. It's really cool.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really interesting stuff.
They had Ted Bundy's full murder kit that he had on him when he was arrested, like the full kit, including the bag, untouched.
And then
in glass.
They had a room with like Al Capone's mirror from his dresser.
Oh, dude,
Whoa.
they had the rug. I don't want to spoil too much about the rug, but yes, they also had his physical rug.
Yeah, so there was a lot of like Jacob was saying earlier, like it's kind of like, even for a local, I think we got the local price, which was $48.
Yeah, plus tax,
$50. It's not cheap, and I was a little like iffy, but I went ahead and I got it anyway. And the fact that we were in there for like 2 hours, I think that made it worth it.
Yeah.
So I think at that price for 2 hours, it's definitely worth it. I would actually like to go back and maybe do the RIP tour, as they call it.
Yeah, it's like the premium
an extra
tour.
$80.
Well, it's an extra 30.
I see a ghost in Miguel's screen. What is that?
What is it? I don't know.
It's moving on its own.
What is that? What is that?
But some of the stuff on the RIP tour was like just in the rooms that the regular people are in. You just get to get closer. Some things that we couldn't see. The one place I do want to go is the basement.
Yes.
I'm kind of curious about that.
Yeah, my
so
HR
there's like
person.
a basement area. Apparently, when the building was what was it? It was the Nevada State Bar building at one point.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the people who worked there would go down in pairs because of stuff that would go down. And then I guess Jenna Jameson's family lived there at one point.
Yeah. Yeah,
she says it was haunted. Fucking crazy. It's definitely worth your time.
They had Jenna Jameson. They have framed on top of a TV right above the stairs to the basement. They have a copy of Jenna Jameson, yes, the porn star, of who we have a Polaroid of her straddling Moji Squeeze that I'm looking at right now in the studio. Her brother's actual birth certificate showing that they did, in fact, live in that building. It was his birth certificate, Jenna Jameson's brother. They have it there. So, like, it's really full of that stuff. But the one thing about... What? No, it's not her? Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I always mix up Jenna Jameson with the other chick. Fuck. But, also...
Pam Anderson?
No, it's not Pam Anderson. Actually,
Gray?
Fuck.
No,
No,
it's not Sasha Grey.
no, it's all. It doesn't matter. I'm sorry.
It's
You're
not
right.
Mia Khalifa.
I'm mixing up my classic
No,
porn
it's
stars.
not Aletta Ocean either.
Jenna
Hayes.
Hayes. Thank you.
There it
It's
is.
both start with Jenna. I'm sorry. They're both porn stars at the same time.
Let's just rattle off porn stars.
Yeah.
So in San Francisco,
Cool.
we used to live kind of near. Well, we used to go down and DJ at this club on near the Mission, which is a neighborhood in SF.
Yeah.
And in the Mission, there's the place called the Porn Castle. It's the place where they film all the like kink.com shit. And across the street from it, there's this bar that all the porn stars hang out in. So we used to go hang out down there.
Cool.
So you'd be like, oh, you're that's that person. All right on.
Close?
Huh?
What?
I thought it closed.
It did
Huh?
close.
Oh,
Yeah.
When I was living in SF, which is a
It
while
was still open.
ago.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
that's rad.
Yeah, we used to go down there a lot, and like again, it was totally nothing fancy or anything. It was just a fun little bar, and then occasionally you'd be like, hey, that's someone I can't place her.
You before.
You look
Yeah,
familiar.
I've seen you before doing something. I don't remember.
Only your makeup isn't smeared. I'm sorry. Yikes. I apologize. But no.
Well, I mean, no, it's that kink.com shit, so you're appropriate.
Yeah. No, yeah.
But yeah, so the one thing really tying all of this, and this is the last thing I'll say about Zach Baggins, besides you should go, definitely, and the RIP tour, we want to go back during October and see everything. But, oh, and by the way, Mochi Squeeze said that if you pay a bunch of money, you can go after dark and do a flashlight tour where they just set you loose with a flashlight and turn all the lights off. That sounds fucking horrifying. But no
You do
thanks.
what?
Sounds cool.
Yeah, they just say here's a flashlight and they turn the lights off and you just walk around the
That sounds
entire
cool.
building, like, you know what I mean? No guided
At the
tour or
100
anything.
PM?
Yes.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
I'm horrified. So, but anyway, the thing tying the entire experience together is Zach Baggins himself. You know, the guy of Ghost Adventures, the guy who has spent millions of dollars on all the items in there that, you know, they keep flashing. And what I found funny is like his voice. In every room, like a TV will pop up or like there'll be a speaker where he's just kind of talking about whatever. And he's always like, what I have here is the written certificate given by Jenna Jameson's brother's cousin showing the authenticity of this haunted item. He's like, on the wall in front of you, if you look up into the rafters, you will see the shovel used by Ed Gein to dig up the bodies where he would make belts out of people's nipples. Like, it was
I
just
forgot about that.
the whole
Yeah.
time.
They had some human leather
Oh, we did see human leather,
with the nipple.
real human leather. Yeah, there was a nipple on there.
It was
Uh,
fucking weird.
But they're
Yeah,
just
it was pretty interesting.
just something about his voice was kind of funny, where it's like almost like Wisconsin sounding, but like he was kind of droning on like a robot the whole time, and it was just kind of funny to me. I don't know.
I felt like they were trying to make it like, oh, look at these crazy artifacts. I almost feel like, not that I had a bad time, but I feel like it's more of like almost like a show.
Yes.
Whereas
see?
opposed to like, you could just set me loose in that place.
And you
And
get more out of it.
Each of
Maybe.
the items could have like a little placard, like a regular ass museum,
Yeah.
and I'd get just as much out of it.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, because they kept showing footage of people fainting and stuff. Like, this room is really intense, and people have fainted, and then, you know what I mean?
The best
It's show.
part, my friend, Post Malone.
Oh, yeah. At one point, he does say, I was hanging out with my good friend, Post Malone, and we were touching the Dybbuk box, and I could not get my hand off of it. And then Post Malone had to shake me awake. Like, and you're seeing the footage in slow motion of, like, a night vision camera. Of, like, it looks clearly Post Malone, like, shaking Zach Baggins when he's wearing a hat. It's fucking
You know, like
hilarious.
right after that, Post Malone had a car accident and a bunch of stuff happened.
It's true, though. It is true.
I looked straight into the Dybbuk box. It was a box. They had a light. Like, oh, we're not lighting anything. And
Yeah. I mean, it's, you know, it's like, wait. You know,
there is a
whatever.
lot of, there's some tomfoolery in there. It's
You can tell.
definitely worth your time, though. It's cool.
It's a
I
production.
enjoy it.
It's like a show, dude.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
It really does belong in Las Vegas. Let me put it that way.
Yep.
And that's it for my touching the grass. Sorry, you know, we went a little long, but, you know, we're just having a good combo.
It's great.
Cool.
Shall we endorse?
Oh yeah, absolutely,
Oh,
man.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, everyone go. Don't forget it's summertime. We only got a couple more weeks of true summer, so go touch some dirt or some rocks or some grass.
Yeah.
And even if this is what I'll say, like even if it's not the summer, go touch some dirt, go touch some grass
That's also true. But
throughout
I
the
just mean
entire year.
That's
Like,
also
but
true.
there's maybe more stuff going on right about now.
Yeah.
get out there, do stuff.
Well, when it cools down, I think it's going to be more encouraging here, at least in cities like this where it gets hot as a motherfucker.
Oh, absolutely.
So yeah.
It's been a hellscape.
It was 100. It was 117 in the city called Reading on our way back. We stopped in, and I was like, "Holy God!" It was nightmarish.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, so who wants to go first with their endorsement this week?
I will endorse. Oh,
No, go.
Tolteca, Japanese peanuts.
Tolteca.
They're Mexican, but
Japanese
so
peanuts.
if you don't know what a Japanese peanut is, Filipinos will know them as Nagaraya, but they're actually Mexican.
Oh.
But
Whoa.
they were made by a Japanese man in Mexico. They're Mexican.
Oh yeah, you told us this story, didn't you?
Yeah. So, but those are actually really good. It's a new brand that just came out from that company.
Nice.
And they're actually kind of hot. I want to find the habanero flavor.
Ooh.
They have a sriracha flavor apparently, and they have a cheddar flavor that I want to try. The regular ones can go. I'm not a fan of regular ones.
Mm-hmm.
That's hot.
That's
The
habanero.
spicy ones are good. I like the spicy ones.
Here's the sriracha right here. Nice. That looks good.
Sriracha flavor.
That's look good.
Hell
Man.
yeah.
Check them out. If you like Japanese peanuts, if you've never had them, try them out anyway.
Get them peanuts, bro. What about
get them peanuts.
What about you, Gage?
I'm gonna endorse. It's a YouTube channel.
Oh.
It is called RKG. It is 3 lads from the UK who used to be part of IGN UK. Gav Murphy, Rory Powers, and what is his name? Dan something. Can't remember. But Daniel Kruper, that's who his name is.
Mm-hmm.
And they do Let's Play series. They originally started a Let's Play series called Prepare to Try on IGN that was really popular with the Dark Souls series, where Rory's essentially a noob, and they kind of lead him through Dark Souls for the first time. But they are just starting their Elden Ring series. They're 5 episodes in.
Nice.
And it's pretty fun. It's essentially like 2 Souls game experts, but they're not playing the game. The noob is playing the game. Daniel Kruper's like the lore master. Gav is like kind of more of like, he's a little bit of kind of just like a third party. He's kind of just watching and making jokes, but he's played all those games and whatever, so he knows about them too. But then Rory's like going in blind, and he's just kind of ridiculous. He's also one of those gamers who's like just run in stupidly and ask questions later type of thing. So it's pretty fun to watch him just like fail and stuff. But then they like kind of coach him to the point where he actually gets through it. And I don't know, they're just really good Let's Play series. And the Elden Ring one so far is really fun, and they're starting off. So.
Well, there you go. I subscribed. So
they're kind of like a kind of funny in the way that they like broke off from a big gaming site where they had kind of gotten their start, and now they're just doing it in their own little community and stuff. And they're funny British lads, so there's lots of goofs and gaffs. So
British, cool. Well, I'll definitely check them out.
Anyways, it's good, and I was enjoying watching it so much so that I went back and tried Melania a few more times, which I have still not beat.
You gotta beat her, bro.
I got so close. I was down to like this much health on her second phase, but then she did one of those big plume explosions of Scarlet Rot, and it just I was so low on health that it killed me.
Do you know that? Do you know that when she does the waterfowl dance to roll into it, but like almost at the last minute, like on her
I've only
third
ever
strike?
successfully dodged that thing once, and it's alright.
Yeah, I don't know how many. I don't think I've ever dodged that properly. So, but that's what I don't know. Just something I heard. Something you could try. I just brute force through it.
It's I feel like I do really good at the first phase. The first phase is nothing to me now. It's just that the second phase, like she usually kills my mimic, or like in the beginning of the second phase, and then like I get her down pretty far, but then my rot just builds up, and I've been using the rot grease things and stuff, but it's hard to like get a moment during that fight to use rot pustules, whatever they are. They're gross. Whatever.
Try armor that's high in whatever that rot thing is, and work on your
like
dodges.
the mushroom armor or something.
Yeah. During that second phase, I know we're veering off a little here, but during no, you're good. During that second phase, you just have to really wait for that plume to blow up, and we have to wait a little longer than you think because it lingers in the air longer than you'd expect. So that's just a little tip for you.
Cool.
I don't know. You'll get it. You'll get it. And then
who knows?
You could summon me. You could summon me in there. We could do it together.
No, I know. We'll do it. We'll do that one Saturday or something. We'll
Elden
just jump
Ring,
in there and I'll finally beat it.
Elden Ring will never be uninstalled on the Xbox. I'll just put it that way. So all you gotta do is hit me up.
Cool.
And okay, so for me, my endorsement is gonna be TikTok and PC streamers. Just kidding. That shit is fucking weird as shit. Please look it up. I hate it so much. It's so strange. So weird. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Google it immediately and go like, what the fuck is this? These people are making way too much money. So this is going to be my anti-endorsement for the week. My actual endorsement is a place we went to called Sayulitas. Yes, of course it's food. You know me, man. I think with my stomach at all times. But look at this fucking burrito.
Hot damn.
Look at that. That's wild, right? We didn't try that one. But they just have big-ass burritos. And they sell a trucker cap. Because that's their term, I guess, is big-ass burritos. They just have a trucker hat that just says big-ass burritos on it. So our buddy Justin said he wants to buy it. But they do apparently have, they straight up have Filipino-Mexican fusion burritos there, too. Like, Miguel got one that had, what's that sausage called again?
Longanisa.
The Longanisa, there you go.
He had basically a breakfast burrito. It was good.
It was a breakfast burrito with Longanisa inside of it. But yeah, here's just a couple photos. This one's wrapped in bacon. I want to try that one.
Damn, bro, this looks decadent, but it looks good.
Yeah,
they're from San Diego originally, apparently.
No,
Nice.
no shit. Well, that makes a lot of sense, actually. I mean, look at this woman
By the way,
compared to the burrito.
Speaking of trucker hats, I designed this one, so enjoy.
Cool. Is that like Sieber?
No, it's for this wine company here called Septentrio.
Oh.
It's the S, like the S in their logo. And then
Nice.
this is wine cork.
It's a cork. Oh, is it actually cork?
Oh, no
Yeah,
shit.
it is.
That's
Very
gangster.
cool. It's just a thin layer of it, like the whole, like it's over something else, but
Oh, I like it. You can get it wet.
you can.
All right, guys. I think that's enough Neon Pocket Dimension for this week. I stopped asking the tough questions at the very end, or any question at all. So I don't know. Maybe we can bring that back. Let's see. What's a good question? I don't know. I can't think of anything. You guys got a fun question?
How about if you were a type of candy, what candy would you be?
Oh God! Did you see the cat situation in the background there?
I've been, yeah.
If I was a candy bar, I'd have to be a Snickers because I don't know, like there's some
the fucking best, obviously.
Well, number one, but it's like you gotta. Doesn't Snickers have something to do with being angry or something? So like that's why, yeah. It's like the angriest candy bar.
Well,
'Cause the
it's actually
commercials.
like when someone's acting not like themselves because they're hangry, you give them a Snickers and then they feel better. But
Oh, so maybe I need a Snickers. Okay, then instead I'll be a Reese's stick because I'm creamy on the inside but really crunchy. You know what I mean?
cool.
Miguel.
If I'm gonna be a candy bar, I'll probably be a Payday.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Because you're
It is.
nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was-
yeah.
You did it. You did the
And I've
job.
got a soft nougat center. Yeah.
Ooh.
Cool. It's similarly in there. I'm a Three Musketeers, I think, because I'm a softie.
Yeah. Yep. It's
I
like
say.
it's like a milkshake but like in candy bar form.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I
Nice.
think the question should have been, what do centaurs do with their arms while they run?
No, that is true. That was a good question. Throwback.
Well, we'll say that for next week. Let's not forget that, and we'll have a fun debate at the end of an hour and a half episode.
Next week is probably going to be our Gamescom coverage
Yeah.
episode of some sort. No.
Yep. So opening night live happens the night before Wednesday. So it looks like we're doing Wednesdays this month. That's fine. It's either Tuesdays or Wednesdays. If you want to watch the show live, twitch.tv/Neon Pocket Dimension. You can see on the bottom right there, Gage, with the dope graphics as always. That's 7 p.m. Pacific time on Wednesdays or Tuesdays. But if you want to know what that is that week, you got to follow us on X or whatever, Twitter, fuck. NPD Squad is our handle. Look us up on there, and we are always talking about when our episodes are. But yeah, opening night live, Gamescom. It's the big European, German video game conference thing, and Xbox told us all to be there, so I expect something fun to be announced, personally. But we'll talk about that next week, because it would have already happened. So we'll see you next time. Say goodbye, fellas, and
Bye.
to all of you, good night. Fuck you, cocks.